What's going on, y'all? Today we got LeBron James disrespects Michael Jordan again. Let's get into it. See what's up, man.
So, I wasn't planning any more LeBron James Lakers videos, but after last week, the utter nonsense I've seen, I've got to respond to it and give you guys my 2 cents. As when it comes to the NBA media, or should I say, the La Media, after the Lakers were swept, they were in full effect.
That was a nice one. I ain't gonna lie. That was a nice one. I never heard that one before.
As well as the Lakers.
Well, I probably have.
And the craziest thing I saw was Brian Windhorst, ESPN veteran, said the Lakers being swept was the most hard-fought sweep he'd ever seen. The Lakers bias, the LeBron slant in the media, at this point, you gotta be blind not to see it. And for LeBron himself, he plays into it all the time. As after being swept, per usual, he took control of the narrative and changed the conversation. As after losing, he heavily implied he might retire, call it quits, and finally hang it up. Now look, if you're an NBA fan the past, 3-5 years, you know that's not true, and it was never happening. As all the way back in 2018, even this year and last year, he was talking about playing with Bronny and playing into his mid-40s. If you fell for this retirement bait, you're a sucker and naive NBA fan. As what it really was...
You a sucker and a naive NBA fan. Nah, yeah, of course Bron's not... we all know Bron's not really retiring after this. He just got to do it to, you know what I'm saying, say something. But, bro, I ain't gonna lie. If he was to retire, it would just... I don't even know, man. I don't think it would be that bad. You know what I'm saying? That's really... I'm caving.
Was a calculated move to take attention away from him
I don't think it would be
being
that
swept
bad, though,
and breaking the last 2 shots of the Lakers season.
Word.
And per usual, the media took this bait, ran with it, and Lakers and LeBron had a conversation for the next 2 to 3 days. Now, one thing I hate more than the NBA media is excuses from all-time great players. And LeBron, once again, directly, leaked to the media he's playing on a hurt foot that may or may not require surgery. And this being leaked was very convenient timing, as once again, it changed the narrative and the perception of the series with the Lakers losing. And I feel like a lot of fans have short-term memory loss, as before the playoffs even started, LeBron James, he was cleared and he went to the, quote, LeBron James of foot doctors. And what this doctor implies with LeBron James, he was somehow superhuman and never seen someone recover so fast from a foot injury. That was the narrative before the playoffs started. And versus Memphis and Golden State, there was no injury talk or him being hurt. As versus Memphis, it was don't poke the bear, and versus the Warriors, it was LeBron James ended the Golden State dynasty. It wasn't until he lost and was swept the injury once again made an appearance that was an excuse for LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And look, when it comes to playoffs, first off, everyone is battling something and banged up in one way or another. Number 2, if you're on the court, you're supposed to perform. And number 3...
That's a fact. Once you get on the court, you know what I'm saying? You basically tell, you feel what I'm saying? You basically like, alright, bro, I can play. You know what I'm saying? So you got to come with your A game. It's not... Come on, bro, because people that's watching you, the casual fans that don't know nothing, they not going to know that you're injured, you know? When the highlight reel come out for that game or things like that, a lot of people not going to know you injured. You came out to play. So you better come out to play.
Past legends in NBA history have played through injuries, won championships, and made deep playoff runs, minus excuses. And the one guy LeBron loves comparing himself to is indeed Michael Jordan. And looking at Jordan's career, not once did he blame injuries or being hurt, teammates being hurt, anything like that. Look at 1998, George's last year on the Bulls at age 35. That year, MJ's team was the oldest in the NBA. They were hurt, old, and running on fumes. And him being 35 in the late 90s is like being 40 in today's NBA, given advancements in science, training, and overall technology.
I agree.
For that entire playoff run in 98, Jordan played with a broken finger just like Kobe in 2010. And despite having a broken finger, he won the greatest playoff runs and carry jobs with zero excuses, averaging 32.4 points, 5.1 boards, nearly 4 assists on 46% shooting. At age 35, he played 41.5 minutes per game, the most in the playoffs, and 21 total games, also the most in the playoffs. And for some perspective, Jordan this run had 14 games of 30 plus points. All time in NBA history for a single playoff run that only trails Kobe, Hakeem, and himself. And who he's tied with is one of the best players and carry jobs of all time. You have Iverson in 01, Kobe in 2010, LeBron in 2017, and Kawhi in 2019. And looking at the NBA Finals versus Utah, he averaged an astounding 33.5 points per game in the finals, higher than 01 Shaq, 95 Hakeem, and better than any Steph Curry finals of his career. And in Game 6, the creme de la creme, Michael Jordan, with a broken finger on the road, with Pippen hurt, Rodman benched, put up an all-time performance, scoring 45 points and becoming the oldest player ever to score 40 in a finals game. And if you look at Jordan's supporting cast, ranked in NBA history, it's one of the worst of all time, especially offensively. And looking at his best teammate Scottie Pippen, who wasn't an all-star and missed nearly 40 games, he was awful in the playoffs, averaging 16.8 points, 7.1 boards, 5.2 assists on 42% shooting. If LeBron James' second best teammate put up those numbers, what would the narrative be? Oh, he has no help, his team stinks, he's carrying that roster. Look at this year in 2023, what Anthony Davis did. He averaged 22.6 points, 14.1 boards, 3.1 blocks on 52% shooting. Despite Anthony Davis being drastically better than Pippen, and I would say better than LeBron James, he got little or no credit. And why I'm talking about LeBron versus
Yo, bro, hold on. So you try to give, so you better, alright, I'm gonna let
Jordan,
you get this
the Lakers, the Bulls, it was LeBron on Instagram, once again was self-proclaiming himself as the greatest of all time. He was quoting some Jay-Z lyric of why he isn't first all time on everyone's list, why he isn't the greatest, something like that. LeBron once again is so thirsty to the greatest player of all time. And this year in 2023, in the fourth quarter versus Denver, he had a prime chance to prove he was on that level of Michael Jordan. But in the fourth quarter versus Denver, he had 3 points on 1 of 6 shooting with 2 bricks in the final 30 seconds. Compared to Jordan, who in Game 6 versus Utah scored 16 points in the fourth on 40% shooting while dominating on both ends of the court. And if you want to talk clutch time shooting, it's all.
But you see what bro is doing though? This is what really everybody does when it comes to they making their argument. They just try to control the narrative, you know, and make the argument make the narrative for their argument, you know, like it's real nasty, if you will, because you're not gonna bring up how Bron had a career high first half, you know, in the playoffs, man. It's nasty. 31 points in the first half, man. I don't understand what you got against Bron, bro. Like, you can't give, like, I understand it's a you trying to make the you know what I'm saying, bro. He's trying to control the narrative for Jordan, but at least acknowledge the fact that he played good in the first half. You ain't even trying to acknowledge it. Come on, bro. That's nasty. That's bad work. That's bad work, bro. I don't like it.
That was a big debate between Jordan and
I might
LeBron.
be biased.
If you look at their overall careers in the playoffs, the final 24 seconds game time go-ahead shots in the fourth quarter overtime, LeBron James barely is under 37%, compared to Jordan, who's at 50%. And look, I do want to clarify, LeBron James the player is at worst a top 3 player of all time, at least in my opinion. But the constant narrative shifts, excuses, it just turns me off so much.
Yeah, bro. I don't like it. That's like it's like this like the racist person saying they got a black friend. You know, just you gonna say he's top 3 at worst because that's what you gotta say. You can't not say that because if you don't say that you're making yourself not even credible anymore. You know, so you gotta say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear no. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing, bro.
I'm a big fan of LeBron. Look back at 2018 in the finals versus Golden State. In that series, he played really well. He was throwing down hard dunks, off the backboard dunks, and playing like LeBron James. But after the series in Game 4, after being swept, he came out to the press conference with Michael Jackson's scarf wrapped around his hand. And what did he claim? He claimed he broke his hand after Game 1. Once again, blaming injuries, why he lost, why he played bad, and why his team didn't succeed.
I was just about to make a statement.
Look at the
I'm just about to make a statement how Bron really be, you know what I'm saying? I don't like how he be making mad excuses though. I ain't gonna lie. The excuses gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But we all know, like, in terms of competitiveness, in terms of just being able to take his loss with humility, I think that's the right word for that. Like, bro, you gotta like just show with actions, bro. You don't even gotta say nothing, bro. Like, you could just be like, we lost, you know, we gotta be better. That's all you gotta say, you know? And come back better. And you say, show them with your actions that you gonna be better, bro. That's it. Because actions always speak louder than words, bro. You don't really gotta say anything. Ever. You know? And if you do say something, then make it, you know what I'm saying, short. Keep it short. Keep it, you know what I'm saying? But it's whatever.
Following year in 2019 with Los Angeles.
It's not me. You know what I'm saying? If I was Bron, I'm telling you, I would move so much different. I would be the GOAT. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, because I would have made the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Bro, I'll be doing some dumb shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Just a whole lot of dumb shit. Like, yo, gang, what you doing? You trying to be the GOAT, but you doing this. And this. And this. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen that way, boy. You gotta.
After that, what did he blame? Injuries, of course. 2021, before the playoffs started, he claimed a storm was coming and then proceeded losing the first round to Phoenix.
Yeah, see, like, he talking too much. That's what I'm talking about. He talking too much, bro. There's no need for all the talking. No need. He good, like.
2022, after getting a super team in a big 3, he told fans, keep that same energy about my squad and the season's over. What happened? They missed the playoffs, and that tweet was deleted. And of course, now in 2023, the quote-unquote foot injury is the excuse, the reason the Lakers lost in the West Finals. I think at this point, a lot of NBA fans,
I don't think that's an excuse.
They're tired of LeBron's antics.
I think we all know that the Denver Nuggets was just a better team, bro. It was better in every aspect, you know. Their superstars, or they had better superstars. Jokic is better than AD. Jamal Murray is better than Bron at this point. Like, the way, I won't say he's better than Bron, but he definitely played better than Bron. You know, so you take what you want with that. What else? The team chemistry is way better. You know, whole bunch of things, bro. I could go on. I can keep going on. Keep thinking. Keep staying here for however long and think. But come on, y'all already know. The Denver Nuggets is just a better team.
And constantly putting himself in the GOAT debate and being a self-promoter. Compare LeBron's mindset of claiming he's the GOAT, greatest of all time, to Michael Jordan, who rarely if ever speaks on the subject, and when he does, he shies away from calling himself the greatest of all time.
Facts, and that just it makes it to where it's like, all right, this guy right here, Michael Jordan, he's widely regarded as the greatest player of all time, and he doesn't say much about him being the greatest. He just shows with his actions. He shows with, you know, things like he promotes himself in a very slight way, and if it's not, it's probably most likely going to be his team that's promoting him. I'm sorry, but you know, with Bron, it's too much of other, you know, saying I'm him, I'm this, I'm that. It's me, you know. Come on, gang, just chill. Let the people talk about, let the people say it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. You Bron, obviously everybody be talking about you all the time. So all you gotta do is, you know what I'm saying, just show with your actions, you know? Get in the court and straight business. Straight business. No games, you know? And then when you come on the interview, whatever, show some respect, show some humility to the greats. You know, I'm not. I don't. They saying I'm just as good as Mike. I don't think so. You know, that's how you gotta. You say talk when you on the when you being interviewed and things like that, bro. You gotta. It's common sense though, for real. That's really common sense if you ask me. Like, just to know to respect your elders. That's manners, things like that, bro. I don't know, bro. It's just like you should
As
know
when
how
it
to
comes
move
to
in that
sports,
situation.
all-time great players, what they should do is have their peers and fans speak for themselves, not the other way around. And the sad thing for LeBron James, his resume is fantastic. He has the numbers, the championships, the MVPs, to in that conversation the greatest players of all time. He doesn't need excuses, narratives, the media, or self-promotion to put
Facts.
himself in that debate. And in my personal view, like I've always said, calling yourself the greatest is not the way to go about the subject, even if you believe it. And one last thing I do.
But also, like, what bro is talking about right now, like, none of this really matters in the GOAT debate either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, being a great basketball player, none of this off the court things, like, off the court, okay, let me walk that back, because off the court definitely does matter, because Jordan's icon off the court is a part of the reason why he is regarded as the greatest of all time. But off the court has way less to do with it than on the court, you know? Because at some point, if you're so great on the court, then what you're doing off the court is not going to matter, bro. Like we all know this. We all know this. Because what LeBron does off the court, besides like, I mean, he doesn't do anything bad off the court. But I'm talking about him talking, like saying a storm is coming before the playoffs, things like that. Like that's not going, you know, it's not going to do it, bro. It's not going to do it. You can't be doing things like that at all. But if y'all enjoyed, y'all know what to do. Click on the last reaction, turn on post notifications, and I'm out of here, man.